Hello folks, welcome back. Oh, it feels like it's been a while since we played this. We're getting right back into Elden Ring. Thank you if you stuck around from the Minecraft Misadventures stream. And if you didn't, I entirely understand. Elden Ring is a very different game, but I have a mission that I'm still on. So, since we last saw Anacord, who's going to be the Blade of Calling character, I've leveled up to level 100. We have 65 faith now. Haven't really done much else in the way of strength and dex because we have the stats we need to wield the weapon, and the weapon scales with faith. We have the Erdsteel Dagger, which currently doesn't have any kind of infusion or anything. I'm thinking about going and getting some smithing stones for it. We need to get a few talismans and stuff. I'm going to see if I made any notes for myself about this character last time. Blade of Calling. Not really, actually. I think we probably need to at least go and do Celia Crystal Tunnel for a couple of reasons. First of all, it'll get us more smithing stones for the Blade of Calling, or for the Erdsteel Dagger, rather. And next we need to go and get the Canvas Talisman that will increase the power of incantations. And then we need to look around at all the landscape just in case there's anything that will be useful inspiration for Misadventures server, because I want to build a lot of ruins, some of which are going to be on floating islands. I'll probably build some stuff on the ground as well, because it's a lot easier to get access to a dungeon from the ground. But let's go and do Celia Crystal Tunnel just so I have at least one talisman that will be of benefit. Also need to get the bow out of my offhand here in favor of the Erdtree talisman. Well, not talisman, but Sacred Seal. Can't remember where I was. We had beaten Godric, and I don't know if we've beaten Radahn or Rennala yet, so I don't know if we can get access to Lanedell. I don't think we beat Radahn, did we? We'll find out in a second, anyway. Yeah, we haven't fought Radahn. We have not been through Raya Lucaria either. We started through Raya Lucaria, I think. And it's going to be worth going in there for stuff like Radagon Icon. So we'll get as far as Red Wolf. But, yeah, most of what I want to do in here is set fire to these guys. Which is pretty easy to do. But yeah, in the setup for this, really all we have to do is go and beat Morgott, and then we'll have access to the Blade of Calling itself. Fire absolutely wrecks these guys, it turns out, so that's good. We'll grab all the smithing fives, but we have the Sacred Seal leveled up to +6, because that requires somber smithing stones, so we will at least need to go and get another set of sombers. But it's very useful just being able to tap L1 a couple of times and have things just keel over like that. And I probably need to rebalance my flasks. But for the moment, Catch Flame is going to work wonders. We are the Kindling Maiden after all, so I think it's allowed. Alright, that's enough of that. We got another Somber 4 from that as well, which is the identical twin of the one across here, so we won't need to worry about getting another one of those. I set fire to the guy. Yeah, earthly flowers, blah, blah, blah. Let's get those. So the Canvas Talisman is going to be in the next area. It'll make the fire incantation even more powerful. Let's get this shortcut as well. Another Somber Stone over here. Okay, cool. Yeah, we have one of those. We're back already. We are. This guy Randall's his way over there. We just got to take out these last two. Ah, and that's where my magic ran out. Just a quick heal after that. There we go. Finally, he gave me an opportunity to hit him. That took me a second. Alright, got one of them then. Because the only other thing we have is Radagon's Source Seal, and I really don't feel like using that. Since it doesn't boost any of the stats we're actually using for this build. I'm not going to go and fight this guy, because I'd have to fight him with the knife, and that's not going to be very useful. So I guess we'll run it back. We'll come back for that another time. I think it will probably be worth taking out some of the other Falling Star Beasts at some stage, but not at this stage. This guy Blair Witching in the corner. And now we've done that, dagger and seal, we can rest here, get the heck out of Caelid. And then if we haven't done Sealed Tunnel already, we'll go and do that. Yeah, we haven't been to Lanedale yet. Difficulty between Tunnel, Falling Star Beast, and the Lanedale and Gelmir Beast is shockingly large. It is, yeah. But then, the thing about Celia Crystal Tunnel is that you are, if not expected, then at least you are capable of going there very early. So they don't want to make the boss there too challenging, just in case people think that is the only way they can get out. Because that releases the anti-teleport debuff thing that you get there by beating the boss, so it gives you like a free ride to the exit. I'll get plenty more flask tears from up this. Not tears, rather seeds. Sometimes you do have to Blair Witch in the corner, yeah. Fully agree. Right, we got these. Let's go and get the smithing stone bell bearing. Tree sentinels are still going. For some reason. Elden Ring crew, how have you all been? Yeah, I have played this very little in the last, I want to say, week. I feel like we didn't stream last Thursday because I had a bit of other stuff going on. So, yeah, skipping the weekend stream as well because I had Stillfleet on Sunday. It's only really been Minecraft Live in the last week or so. So I'll be a little bit rusty here, I think. But we also have the best spell in the game, so we can't really go too far wrong. Transcribing notes from a 2-year D&D campaign today. Having a great time. Awesome. The Stillfleet game I'm running is now meeting at my house. And I'm having such a good time playing music in the background and like actually having some vaguely atmospheric stuff happen that I have control over. You know what, let's go and do this. Even though I don't feel like it's going to be that helpful. We'll get a free gold foul foot and a free rune arc from this, so I figure we might as well. Been doing a series of runs based on Vinland Saga characters. Oh, cool. I've heard good things about that show. I've not seen any of it myself, but DM had such great atmosphere playlists for that campaign. It was a blast. Amazing. Yeah, I have been looking up all kinds of like cyberpunk synthwave ambient stuff for Stillfleet, because that's very much the vibe. Why is this thing just A-posing? Come at me. Okay, now I'm just trapped with this thing. Let me out, please. Thank you. Did it even break the statue? I think it did. I ran out of mana there as well. Yeah, we live here now. This is my corner. Wish I was better at dodging these things, but here we are. Again, dude. There we go. Mostly because I wanted the opportunity to pick up anything else in this room. Because there's a couple of smithing stones down this way. We at least get that one, which is a somber 5. I'm pretty sure I know where another one of those is, but not necessarily counting on my memory, because yeah, absolutely no chill. Yeah, we haven't done a run where we've needed 2 sets of sombers for a little while. That didn't involve the DLC, at least, so there we go. There's our gold pickled foot, and now I will leave. Regrettably, we cannot warp out of this area, so we'll have to run it back. That just means going up the lift. Where I'm pretty sure there's at least one more smithing stone we can get from like over there. Kind of mistimed the jump. I can play the role of maiden. Well, forgot that there's a branch in the way of that. Do we go back for the runes? I think we do. We have to like roll onto it from above and then drop down there, you see. That's how one does that. And then you drop to here, and then the rest of it happens the way these usually happen, but rough. Still, 2,700 runes is still like, or 27,000 runes is still a third of a level, so I think it's worth going back to get. Why you gotta be a buster about it, though? Alright, we're out. And from here, we'll go back to Round Table Hold. We'll use the runes that we saved just now to buy a bunch more smithing stones. Get the knife up to snuff, and we'll go and fight Radahn and then Morgott, I think. Although, maybe we should just go and fight Renala. I'm pretty sure there's a reason we should be fighting Radahn. I cannot remember what it is. So we need 6 more of these, because we're still only +8 on the knife. Wait. No. We need 6 more of these. I'm sure we'll find some use for them, and then we'll need 12 of them. And then, because this knife does not weigh a whole lot, we will be able to level it up pretty quickly. It's not for Alexander. Oh, no, it is for Alexander, yeah.
Oh, I didn't want to be doing much. Just lay out.
We actually had enough to get us to +16. That's nice, actually. That's very good. Alright. Slashy, slashy, very good. Yeah, let's go fight Radahn. $8,000 runes is pretty losable if I can't do this skip, which I rarely can, so I would not be surprised. Crushed it. Can never do it first try when it's, like, important to do it, but... So we get a daytime Radahn fight. Remember that time I bet first try? I know. Let's see if that actually worked. Oh, it did. Nice. Summon the boys! Squad ho! Is there anyone still spawning in over here? Nope. Okay, good. Hey, man. Set fire to the horse. Get him, Alexander. Yep, thought so. I just rolled into the wrong position for that one. Love to imagine the horse is the true shard bearer. I mean, he's the dude bearer. But yeah, that's 8,000 runes gone, but that's not a big deal. We will get more than that back just by still having the gold scarab talisman equipped, because I have no better talismans. Alright. Radahn's taking me to the cleaners today, apparently. Which is good, because I will probably need this robe washed. Get him, Okina. Ouch. Quick round of flasks. Okay, we got pretty decent damage off before second phase. And now, before he does anything else, get him, Alexander. Nice. Okay, crit with the dagger. Yeah! Haha! It's a dagger playthrough and we killed him with a dagger! Excellent work. The shard bearer, yes. Bearer horse. Anyway, the other reason to kill Radahn is for more runes than we get from Renala. So let's add to flask. Let's make sure we have more in blue. Let's level up. I think we're going to start to level Dex. We ideally want to have 80 faith, but I think Dex is also going to be nice to have for the dagger scaling. We'll talk to Alexander.
Aye. One hit after that, and as such, as luck. If I and you know, who could expect? Just you wait.
Okay, so now we can summon him for. Well, we need to go to Mount Gelmir first, but then we can summon him for Fire Giant afterwards. Let's go back to Round Table Hold to get our talisman pouch. Gideon is still standing there.
Only fine. You have it now to become the thing as
Okay. Next up, Draconic Tree Sentinel. But first, actually, we will go through Ray Lucaria just to get hold of Radagon Icon. Just means beating Red Wolf, and that fight should be relatively easy. We've got 40 Vigor, and we've got pretty high stats for damage, so... If we wanted to make this a raw incantation build, we could also go and get the Glintstone Staff, which increases FP cost of sorceries, but deals more damage with magic, I'm pretty sure is how it works. And obviously we're not casting sorceries, so it's actually better as a support equip for incantations than it is as a sorcery catalyst, which is hilarious. Oh, we missed the first platform. Oh well, time for the second. The dog missed the second platform. It's the important bit. Time to set fire to some nerds. Starting with this guy. Toast for you. Toast for you. The old toast and slash combo. After you toast them, you got to butter them with the knife. That's how it works. Sneaky up the stairs. Ignore that guy, he can't hurt you. We don't need the Graven School Talisman. Let's boogie, Red Wolf. Okay, got hit by all three of those. Okay, good. This is practice for Malekith, where I also won't get hit with get to hit with any incantations. I guess we're having a knife fight with the doggo this time. Okay, yeah, there we go. That was much better damage on account of it being a better attack. Ow. Smoked. Extra memory stone's nice as well. Of all the bosses in Elden Ring, this would be the most fun to play as? That's interesting. Yeah, Radagon leaving the dog with the X. Catch flame, more like catch these hands. And this is the real reward of that fight. Shortens spell casting time, not just sorceries. Pretty handy. I think when we want to replace Gold Scarab, we're going to replace it with the... Is this Faithfuls or Flocks? Yeah, we need Flock's Canvas Talisman from Gowry. Reminds me of Ninetail Fox, yeah. It has very Naruto vibes. Some kind of divine beast. We'll go up this way this time. So I'm hoping we won't need the rune arc from the merchant over here. Shout out to Terraria. But then, yeah, there's a chance we might need to come back here in future. Want to hear the insane stats we roll for this campaign? Of course. If you want to tell me stuff about your D&D campaign, the answer is always yes. Okay, seems like they're shooting at the other guys today. Fortunately, that one missed. It's Draconic Tree Sentinel time. Catch fire. Oh, okay, that does have kind of an AoE, I guess. Okay, now he gets the lightning effects, and I get more fire effects. Ouch, okay, fair. I've watched all the reels, my feed crashes when I try to load new ones. Oh my goodness. 16, 15, 2 18s, a 12 and a 10, not a single minus. Yeah, that feels good. I'm so used to playing Morkborg now, which is the only thing that I consistently do character creation for at present, and the stats in that are like, you're lucky to have a plus in anything. Like, most of the time it's no bonus. More often than not, people have like a -1 or a -2 in there. Sometimes people even roll -3s, and that's a sign that the character is unlikely to excel, but then they'll surprise you. Oh, just about timed the roll correctly there. I'll tank those hits if it means I can get a decent catch flame in. Nice. Yep, good. Drink. He's gonna try and fireball me. Wonderful. Quick drink as well. Okay, now he's lost the thunder again. Ouch. Okay. We'll play it a little safer. There we go. I also have heals, so I could have done that, but that would take a little bit of time. Perception check bonus by the end of that campaign was +18? What level were you? Like, that feels like you specialized a character for perception otherwise. I guess you can get, like, alert feat and stuff, but had expertise as a cleric, 22 wisdom, that's fair. But you're level 18, that's pretty ridiculous. Like, well done for getting to level 18 in 2 years as well. Like, we've been playing the 8-bit D&D campaign on Sundays for over 3 years, and we're only level 10. But then we play every 2 weeks, and I don't know how frequently you guys were able to meet or what the cadence was of the game, but it feels like we've been leveling up a little slowly, but not, like, impossibly slowly, you know? Passive perception, 28. Wild. Then again, these days my character has a +3 weapon and can, like, roll a 30 on hit occasionally, so it's not too far off, I guess, but that's not, like, the biggest bonus in the world. Having +10 on something at level 10 is still pretty big. We're going to roast this guy because it's fire damage, so why wouldn't we? Easiest that fight's been for a while. During lockdown, so you had nothing else to do? Oh, right, that makes sense. 10-hour-long sessions is wild. Shout out to your DM for running 10-hour-long sessions. Oh yeah, I forgot the R2 on this thing is really great. Can't hit me with that. What are you doing? Yeah, this is the double slashing R2 that we need to get the Millicent's prosthesis set up for. Although I did talk about getting Rotten Wingsword Insignia instead, because we are going all the way to just before Melania and the Haligtree anyway. Absolutely trounced. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Absolutely Crocodile Dundee, that man. It's our doppelganger.
For bringing here, and thus I shall to farewell. I shall leave. I wish you luck. You have. I have no.
Yeah, I think we can probably take on Godfrey. And then we'll use the runes from that to level up right before Morgott, but I think this should be easy enough. What's up, Camo? Welcome in. These guys are going down easy with Catch Flame. They're all made of wood. Ooh. Guardian Mask. Oh. Looks good. Not quite the Melina cosplay, but Guardian Greaves, too. We actually have pants. They have a bit more physical resistance, which I'll take against Godfrey for one thing, but maybe we should be wearing this since we're playing the role of Maiden. Or like a dinner lady. Like a nun. I think that enemy just, like, attacked into the fire there. Do you think the sword spears that they are using are made of Erd steel the same way that the dagger is? It seems like a pretty similar material, although that one's slightly more silver, I don't know. Das Ninja, thank you for the Prime sub. Oh, yeah, note to self, don't be under that. Okay, I disagree. I think I was out of the area of effect for most of those. That one I rolled too early. There we go. We toasted him. Red Blade of Calling as Blade of Sealing for some reason. Got a sharp ceiling. Put a couple more into Faith since we're using the incantations right now. We're aiming for 80 Faith anyway. And talisman-wise, I don't think we can do much better right now without... I mean, we could get the regular winged sword insignia, but I'm not using the dagger that much. So without doing Millicent's quest early just to get the prosthesis, I don't know if it's worth it. Sharp ceiling's just a popcorn ceiling? Yeah, like we have in this house. Get bullied. Pidgey! Welcome in, Pidgey. Coming in like All Might. I am here! Coming through the door like a hero! Grants greater blessing to self and nearby allies. What does that mean? Gradually restoring a large amount of HP. Oh! Hold continue praying delay activation. Right, so regen. Nice. That is where you got it from? Cool. I thought as much, but worth checking. Okay, let's fight Morgott now, just because if there's an opportunity to get Blade of Calling right after this, then we will take it. And you know what? Let's summon Melina for this fight, because it's one of the only ones we can, and because it means we have a potentially slightly better chance of actually doing this fight. Let's go. And I'll drink the rest of my tea. Jembrock, I am doing well. Thanks for asking, yeah.
Graceless, tarnished.
It's so funny seeing the Finger Maiden thing, but with still the toilet seat over my head.
With these thrones?
Godric the Golden.
Why consistently underestimate Catch Flame in Souls games? It's a basic spell. You start with it. How do they give you the best spell in the game out of the gate?
General Radahn.
General confusion. Praetor convictions.
Princess Rani. Willful traitors. All.
What about Melina? I think it's interesting that nobody acknowledges Melina aside from you, right?
Pillagers, emboldened by the flame of ambition.
Yeah, Kitsuki Plays, it's right up my alley. I would not have missed this.
On thy meager grave. Felled by King Morgott.
It's basically what I wanted to do for the entirety of Empire Season 2, so
kings.
I love that idea. Man, he absolutely smoked me right there. I was not paying attention. Yeah, she's already got the moves. Very D&D misadventurers. Yeah, I think it works really well that way. There being like little dungeons to run and stuff. Do you think Marika locked up Melina because of Mesmer? Honestly, I couldn't say. Like, it doesn't really seem like... I think... If Melina was, like, held captive by the Erd Tree, it was probably just because she had the potential to burn the thorns. I think that's really it. She's just, like, a force that could be destructive to the Erd Tree. I don't see it as being any more complicated than that. Sorry, Mr. Delayed Attacks over here is taking me to the cleaners. How about I get over here and actually cast this spell in a second? Oh, I thought that was just going to heal me. For whatever reason, I thought I was going to get, like, instant health from that. Amazing. Let's go one more time. It just has a really long wind-up, and I was hoping that Melina might draw his aggro, but he didn't. She didn't. So, I also want to give myself more... Actually, no. I think I'll probably be fine with three blue, because we've got like a full mana bar to start with, right? Camera this time. It was kind of camera. Oh wait, that's what. I think it may also be a slightly harder fight because we're summoning a cooperator outside the arena, which means Morgott has more health. Okay, feel better now I've got my runes. Mel, a little help. There we go. Yes, now. She fully goes for it like a Black Knight Assassin on that jump attack. It's so cool. Okay, now we got to back off from this slightly. She also uses the solar beam attack that the plants have to do that.
Thy part in this shall not be forgiven.
What? I didn't even feel that. There was no feedback on that. I just got crushed. Who knows, man? Weird. Let's try it without Melina, just because it might be slightly easier. Slightly more predictable. Although it's annoying fighting him without being able to deal much in the way of poise damage. And yeah, she does use the Erdtree Blessing spell, which was one of the only reasons I considered going to the DLC with this character. Take a quick drink here. Ow. I've been stabbed. Hello. Oh, the flip, though. Such a cool flip. I'm going to cast a spell, too. Ah! Yep. He broke the chair. reach the skill level where adding another person makes it harder instead of easier. Yeah, I think maybe I need to focus more on the dagger as a weapon, but it's also going to do... Wait, that was the other reason I was going to fight Radahn, was so that Redmane Castle can actually become a normal dungeon again, and I can get the thing that infuses this with flame art, so it does fire damage instead of... Although it doesn't actually do holy damage right now. But, like, it can scale with faith, which might make the damage it does slightly better. Because right now it's not going to do a whole lot. Maybe we'll do that real quick. I don't know where you walk back to if you take this return to entrance thing, because we haven't actually been to Castle Redmane yet, technically. Right, makes sense. But we can walk into the castle from here now. Get the grace. We probably have to talk to Jaren. But, like, the flame art... thing is in this door over here. But we can't get there right now because the dungeon hasn't reset. And all the doors will be locked. But coming at it from this direction is easier. We just didn't get this grace because we didn't come through Redmane this way. And get reacquainted with Theralina, another Finger Maiden. The blood of anyone's maiden will do. Alright, time to mash through Jaren's dialogue.
For I'm no longer. I have a told business. May we meet it? It's may we meet it.
Alright, then we leave to literally anywhere, and then we walk back. Chamber outside the plaza. Okay, we're good. They are ironically very flammable. Including by their own dudes. And there's an Abductor Virgin that comes from the right over here, but that's fine because we're just going to run directly into this. Great, we did it. So now I guess let's go back here. And this only has quick step on it right now. So we could put something similar like Bloodhound's Finesse. Or Bloodhound's Step, rather. And now that gains a bit of damage, I would say. B faith scaling and fire damage will be a lot better for this. Oh, we did some fire damage. We did damage that fire right there. And then Flame Art is going to work really well with that as a secondary weapon once we start using Blade of Calling. I don't think this is necessarily going to help a ton with this fight, but we'll find out, I suppose. is really just me having to be better at fighting Morgott. Okay, gonna refresh everything here, even though it's a little premature to do that. And of course I walked right into one of the ones that was still active, never mind.
Stained by my curse, such shame I cannot bear. Thy part in this shall not be forgiven.
We're definitely doing a little more damage with that. The R1, like, or R2 double slash. Is that true combo, or did I just not roll very well? Yeah, I'm not super confident with the dagger being my primary weapon at this stage, and we could, in theory, get the seal up to +9, which is as high as I want to let it go, because it's not the primary weapon for this run, but yeah, I need to go into the sewers and a couple of other places for that, and I think maybe we'll try with Melina one more time. Just off the rhythm for this fight. But yeah, daggers as a primary are pretty tough. That's why I'm relying so much on the incantations here. Get him, Mel. Oh, the healing is huge, though. May as well just stand in this and keep going. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's really big if you let it hit you. Okay, that's our opening right there. Not too bad that time. Yes, Mel. Yes, Mel. Heal us up, Queen. No! Got grabbed, got grabbed, got grabbed. Am I dead? Ooh, not quite. I will be in a second, though. Yeah, I thought so. Curse Flame got me. Right. We're getting there, though. I'm not playing the most cautiously ever, but... Well, that time I just wasted a blue flask, but I don't think we need it, so I'm going to keep going. Yeah, Melna heals save from being killed by the grab. Yeah, definitely. Alright, that was decent. Good start. Where's our friend? There you are. That was where she needed to distract him, so that was pretty good. Okay, great. Back off. Try and find a spot to run in. There we go. Thanks for the heal. Got plenty of flasks left, so.
Thy part in this shall not be forgiven.
She manages to avoid getting grabbed every time, which is really good. And she never takes any damage in this fight. Get him, Melina. No, got grabbed again. I thought I avoided it. Melina, you can do this. And you need to because I can only attack with the dagger now. I don't know if I can get through this wall of daggers. There we go. Alright. Had to play it real cautious at the end there, but we got it. First try. Thank you for the GGs. Daggers are tricky, man. There are obviously a lot of them in the game, so I'm not super looking forward to where we have to go with some of them, but I think we'll manage. And now at least we have access to Blade of Calling, so that's nice.
Allow me, you are unprevented. The thorn.
When do people learn that Morgott's golden weapons are golden versions of the weapons found in carriages across the map? I mean, he doesn't have, like, great stars and stuff. So there's a few of them that are. A few of them that are not, but it's still a cool idea, right?
Your ambition.
Nice amount of faith. Right, now we have the roll medallion. We'll come back here and do the sewers. We can basically just beeline for the weapon and then come back and do everything else we need to do. Because it's one elevator right away, so we should really do it now. Wish his golden weapons were a spell we could get from his remembrance. I mean, you've already got magic-based versions of that, right? You've got kind of like Carrion, Slicer, and Piercer and everything. But it would be really cool to get that instead of the Regal Omen ban. Doesn't really do a whole lot. Maybe at some stage we'll do like an Omen build and we'll have that as an option, but... Surprised this wasn't a New Game Plus weapon run. Yeah, my cutoff for that is Fire Giant. Like anything Farum Azula onwards. I don't know why I picked that kind of arbitrarily, but I did. I want gold for Paladin flavor, and obviously for, like, sacred damage, but... There's already a lot of stuff that does holy damage in this game, and none of it is good. Especially not in late game. It's good for the DLC. The whole DLC was them making up for the fact that you can't really... that there aren't really many bosses, or really enemies, that are particularly vulnerable to holy damage. It's like the Ancestor Spirit bosses, and that's it. In the base game. That's why I've given this Flame Arts. Your cutoff was Morgott? Yeah, I think a lot of people do Morgott as the cutoff. Like, I know Tulok the Barbarian does. I don't know where some of the other folks who are doing, like, every weapon in the game do it, but that's another Smithing 6 that I don't have to worry about. The thing is, after Morgott, all that's left is Fire Giant, Farum Azula, and then the end game anyway, so it's not hugely different. It's this way we gotta go, right? Yeah, it's like right here. Or maybe it's not. Where is it? That's an annoying run back. Should have got the Forbidden Lands Grace and then done it that way. What this game really needs is some kind of, like, middle ground between just running and torrent for getting around big open spaces like this. I need, like, a dash. I need some movement tech. I need something. Is this your first time chatting? Not according to my feed, because Twitch does highlight that to people, but... Either way, welcome in, Amber Fox. I'm wondering if maybe we just go and activate Godric's Great Rune, but I also maybe want Morgott's. Extra health would not be a bad thing, considering we are dressing as a maiden for this. Flame Art Infusion is good, though. The fact that he rolls off that into the elevator shaft before it comes down on him. Yeah, we don't have a follow age command. I'm pretty sure mods can see it if you click on your username and stuff. Yeah, there you go. Dan's on it. What's up, McGlitchy? Welcome in. What do I have on this? Strength and Faith? Yeah, I thought so. Probably want to go Dex Faith, really, but... I think maybe we go Thorny Crack tier anyway if we're going to the Haligtree. If we're going to the Haligtree and these weapons do the double slash. It's pretty good, that. Alright, bye. Stuck on the statue, you idiot. Ah, my runes are at the top of this. I can see them. I haven't really tried a dual-wielding daggers moveset. I don't know if it really works for multi-hit builds or not. Really can't see from here where the alcove is that we're supposed to roll to, but it's down there somewhere. This time we will get Forbidden Lands Grace. Yeah, it shows it as time passed, not a date. Yeah, yeah. Makes sense. Avoiding maths if you can, for sure. I feel you. I'm right there with you. Okay, this time let's go back. And we'll take a quick look around. Before we jump off the elevator. It's literally up there. We have official's attire, which we might change into instead of this prophet thing, even though it's worse. And there we go, baby! We have the weapon for the run. And we're going to put it here, and then we're going to put this here, and then we're going to put that there. Oh, now you're talking, though. Now you're talking. So, upgrade material-wise, we've got Smithing Stone 1. We're missing 2 and 3, so we need to go and see EG for those. We shall buy them from him.
Well, then I presume.
And then he can help us upgrade this, which is cheap because the weapon is light. Now we can go and get Somber 7s from... I mean, there's a couple of different fights we can get them from. We can go down to sewers. Sele Crystal Tunnel. Falling Star Beast has one, I think. Or maybe it's a Somber 6? I forget. Like, let me quickly look this up. Because I have a Google Doc that I use whenever I do the DLC speedrun. That has like a second list of where you can get all of the other smithing stones. Yeah, right, okay. So do I have another smithing 9? Okay, I've got an 8 and I've got 2 9s. Great, okay, perfect. So now we can go down to Lanedale Sewers. We can get 2 7s from there. I can get another 8 from there, which means we'll be able to get the Erdtree Seal up to +9, and then we'll get the final Somber Dragon Stone from Mogwin, because I haven't gone up the route to get that yet. And then maybe we'll go and do Fell Twins. Ages since you even touched Elden Ring. Yeah, it's still going strong. I think the hype for Night Rain is kind of driving interest in it now that the DLC's been out for a while. We also now have Blade of Gold, which is kind of the same as Black Knife. Yeah, like it doesn't have like a follow-up attack or anything. Which is kind of a shame because Melina seems to use it with a lot more like of a unique moveset. When she's fighting stuff for you. Going to rest here. We got to do the lobster flop. Bye. So I'm going to go and grab the one from the scarab over here. And then this lobster is guarding another one. It's taking its sweet time to move. This one. Yeah, okay, whoop! Good lord. Oh, thank goodness the lobster killed it for me. And I'm gone! Wonderful. Okay, now, having rested here to reset the aggro, we're going back to underground roadside, and we're going to do a little bit of the tunnels here. Because we can get another smithing 8, another somber 8 from over this way. We hop down here, go into the tunnel by the rats. Jump through this. Up here. Jump over that. Turn right again. Ignore these guys when they all leap out of here. This guy tries the Swanton Bomb, fails. We crouch here, and I can't get out yet. There we go, alright. Back to round table, just so we can do the upgrades. Although we should go to Mogwin first, right? Yeah, let's go to Mogwin just so we can get the Somber 10, and then we don't have to do that again. That was a pretty successful heist. We need to go this way. I think once we've done these upgrades, we're going to start Millicent's quests so we can get the Haligtree stuff going. Because we'll need to go to Castle Sol and fight O'Neill, or Niall, rather. Which is going to be irritating. Well, it's really funny the places that Stakes of Marika end up. Like, even Moog is, like, kind of deferent. Then again, I guess Moog is, like, one of Marika's children, so... Gotta have a photograph of Mum up somewhere in the house. Alright, bye. You missed. And I'm gone. The trick with that Sanguine Noble, I'm finding, is to wait to see which direction he turns and then go around him the other way. And that most of the time means I don't get hit. Not that it matters much whether I do get hit or not, but... What's up, JB Star? Welcome in. We are on the road to fully upgrading this thing now. And also getting the Erdtree seal upgraded.
No. Oh, don't pay me. Just lay out.
Blade of Calling, recently in our possession, is now fully upgraded. We'll probably try and get the Erdsteel dagger upgraded a bit more as well, but as things go, it's going to be doing pretty decent damage output now. So, Millicent's quest next. And then a little bit of business on Altus. Not quite a dragon heist, but it'll do. It'll do. Yeah, let's do this. I was considering going and getting the winged sword insignia before the rotten one, but we might as well just aim for the rotten. The daggers are so short. Like, Blade of Calling just seems like a really tiny weapon by comparison to some of these others, especially considering we have, like, Bloodfiend's arm coming up soon, the Blasphemous Blade next. We're going to be dealing with, like, colossal weapons and great swords and stuff, and then we've just got this sickle, basically, or the tiny little dagger. Not even a sickle, because there are some sickles in this game, and they are bigger. Also, I think in terms of, like, weapon class, they count as axes or something. Or curved swords, maybe. It's doing its best. I know. I shouldn't be harsh on it. Be cutting the grass as I go past here. Hello, Gary.
I'd hope to don't fret. Should you I will teach. I need your name resting. When the earth but Millis for this, seek for the needle.
Time to go seek the needle. Right, and considering this thing has B faith scaling and this thing has B faith scaling, we should be doing pretty decent damage against Commander O'Neill here. I don't have a whole lot of talismans to support this as a fighting style, but there we go. That wasn't terrible. Took a little bit longer than I would have liked, but I also don't have anything that procs like additional damage on multi-hits, so... It's a pointy... What if he's got a pointed stick? Okay, we have Heart of Aeonia now, so we should be able to walk back to Gowrie pretty easy. Smallest weapon in Elden Ring, alloyed gold needle, yeah. It's even smaller when it's broken into 2 pieces.
Go on. Now, well, the work of a... Can you give me as well, mate?
Alright, I will give you some time. I will give you precisely enough time, as much time as it takes me to log out and back in.
The need. Will you give it? I will reward. Tended to a wretched...
Alright. Now we talk to Millicent. We get another talisman we could use, which gives us extra dex.
To quell, but never mind. I would rather. Would you mind? Well,
That's not even a loading screen, that's just like for dramatic effect.
my apology. Everything, even the night. Not that I could.
21 dex is alright.
I'm with the needle. My destiny. It's all thanks. My name is Mill.
Okay, fate will permit us to meet again because we need to travel here and then go to Gary's shack. Bedrock's finally out. Nice. Enjoy your fireflies. Enjoy your bushes. Enjoy your firefly bushes. I personally think to make bushes renewable, they should just allow sniffers to dig them up.
Oh, something. So I decide I've only perhaps. Well, I must.
Gonna log out and back in again, just to make sure Gary comes back. See you later, JB. Have a good one. Hope your exam goes well. Time to seed hunt restart after last one was 118. Oh, interesting. You're starting a fresh world with all the new foliage and stuff. It makes sense.
And stare. You've been as thank of the lost. Indeed. It seems that, however, no, as I've is to be.
Okay. Up to Tree Gazing Hill. Say hi to Millicent there. We've got to beat Godskin Apostle. Meet her in Snow Valley Ruins. And then the next thing to do really is go and do Omen Killer and Castle Soul.
In truth, the Scarlet as such, though rather than realize I could have
Can't play Minecraft properly since lockdown. Had a world called Chunky Town. Everything you built was 16 by 16. That's fun. I obviously did the one chunk thing on my channel for a while, and that was a fun set of restrictions to give yourself. And I think restrictions are often a really great way of, you know, working within a framework and not having that blank canvas sense of like, what do I even do? If I have so many options, how do I even narrow it down, you know? It's one of the reasons I don't play modded that adds a lot of like modded blocks and stuff. Is that when you have that many options, it's often kind of difficult to pick one. Fell into the void while Elytra gathering, so had a backup, lost 13 Elytra, haven't played it since. Yeah, I think you mentioned that maybe on the last stream or something. I just recall having heard that story recently. But yeah, I don't blame you, because I have honestly, I've quit Worlds or like felt incredibly discouraged to play for a while when like a particular fight or something, or like exploring an area has gone really badly for me. Like, I'm pretty sure there was one server where it might even have been decidedly vanilla back in the day, or one world like that where like I kind of gave up on it for a while because the wither killed me and I lost a bunch of stuff. I think it was something like that, but it was really discouraging for a while. Okay, we got that done. Like the mini blocks and stuff like that. Yeah, I think those are okay, because those are just decorative. And a lot of them are based in vanilla blocks, so you already know what you're getting. I think my problem is when mods like Chisel or whatever will be thrown in there, and there will be a million different textures of cobblestone. And I get that that's for variety of texture in builds that are largely focused on cobblestone. But you want to have, like, something that looks a bit more realistic if you're building a big wall out of it or something. I can see that, but it's much more my speed when I know what all of the blocks in the game are, even if I occasionally forget a couple of them, but when every block has like 40 variants, it's just too much choice.
It might be
Let's go to Bridge of Iniquity and we'll walk it back from there to go to Dominula. I don't recall exactly which of these steps are necessary to get Millicent to show up at the Haligtree, but I imagine you've got to do some of the boss fights that you can summon her for as, like, trigger events. I don't go to the Haligtree often enough to note whether or not Millicent is there, you know? She doesn't just show up in that one place. Need to check if Bedrock mini blocks are still up to date. Well, I expect give them time if there's a fresh update out. Not exactly a shortcut, that, but it's fun. I dislike the Haligtree area. Me too. Foxy was doing them, not sure anymore. Uh-huh. Okay, let's go fight Godskin Apostle. I always find this place so funny. Like, it's creepy, obviously, but the sound effects, the laughter, it's just so goofy sounding. There he is. It's the Dayglow Man. Go, Millicent. Oh, ouch. I was slightly too close to the radius of that one. Quick heal. Waterfowl this man. Yes, get him. Yeah, you don't get damage over time with Blade of Gold the way you do with Blade of Death, so... Gotta pick my moments here. Piglin Brutes basically rob me of all my things every time, so now I just don't get netherite armor anymore. Yeah, it's a rough time in the nether.
Ah, the arm you gave. It feels... Perhaps it is foolish to say this to us. I would have you... It is the only...
Alright. Well, for once, we're not going to be killing Millie. Not looking forward to the Celebrant block over and see. Oh, I know. At least we have to wait until N before we've got to farm that one sword that's like the rarest drop in the game. Are the lights not working? I don't know, aren't they? They should be. Let me reset Lumia. It might need an update or something. Huh, weird. Yeah, weird. I'll have to look into that. I'm sorry about that. I'm not sure quite what's causing them to get stuck, but it may be that I need to update the software. I'm thinking about at some point just switching it all over to Streamer Bot anyway, but I need to figure out how all of that works. We get no Nepheli this time because we haven't really chatted to her at all. And I always talk about this as if we have to fight Omen Killer, but we really don't. We have to fight this guy, though. This one's kind of mandatory. The blade called. It said you're not worthy.
Please, no. Dear me.
I'll stand over here so you don't cough on me.
No secrets lie with me, not a one. Oh, please leave me be. Wait. Well. Oh, aye, we're finished. The curse, I beg you. You must keep...
Oh, and another sickle. Right. Off we go to mountaintops. Where we can get the last handful of Smithing Stone 6s for the Erdsteel dagger, if we want to keep dual wielding, which I think we do. I think this feels like a comfortable, like, multi-hit, slashy good time. Funny that Morgott was the wall this time. I wonder how many other bosses are going to really hold us up. I think the main problem is just poise. It's just the daggers don't do anything for interrupting anybody. Which is hilarious considering the point of daggers is to crit stuff. So you don't even get to stagger things particularly often because they don't do a whole lot of like structure damage. They don't do like stance break. And they don't really do poise in terms of interrupting attacks. Alright, calm down. There's our golden seed, finally. I think 7-3 is good. We're also not using blue flasks as much now that we have the 2 daggers. Catch Flame is there as a backup in case the Blade of Calling doesn't work well. Okay. We'll hop into the ruins here to get the smithing stone bell bearing, and then we'll continue on up the mountain instead of going back to Round Table Hold, just so we don't get invaded by Ensha. I can't be bothered to do that fight. It's not like I'd lose, but it's just irritating. Alright. Across the rickety bridge we go. I really wish it was possible to build more stuff that looks like this in Minecraft and have it be, like, still something players could navigate and not just really annoying. But that's mostly down to the fact that people don't ride horses as much, and every block is like a meter high. Beaten only by the chain that's also a bridge, yeah. Another thing that I feel like one couldn't really do in Minecraft all that easily. I mean, I guess you could, but it doesn't quite have the same impact. Okay, this is next Millicent encounter, which we're going to do just in case.
No, call upon.
We need to. And now we're off to Castle Zol. Where we're going to see how easy it is to beat O'Neill and the Chads with 2 small knives. Though we do have a ranged attack, so I guess if we need to back off against Niall, then we still have options. I could also get better like incantations and stuff, but I don't want the incantations to carry us here. They got me this far. I want the knife to really be part of it. Don't oh no, it's fine. It'll be fine. If worst comes to worst, we can do the strat that you're actually supposed to do and get a Bewitching Branch and turn one of his ads against him. The Mikula strategy. Am I the only one who thinks wee whenever I use the Spirit Springs? Nope. I really enjoy using them. They're just super fun. It's one of the reasons I'm looking forward to Traversal in Night Rain, is because the amount of the map you can just run up walls or like fling yourself into higher places. It seems like the traversal in that game is really, really fun. Wait, did we not aggro the bird this time? Unbelievable. Whatever I did just there, I want to do it again. Dogs, on the other hand, that does pretty hefty holy damage. I think deservedly so, because we did put all of my points into Fae. Shout out to the Banished Knight's Greatsword, by the way. Two ingredients from Breath of the Wild that would probably make something that allows you to withstand the cold. Need to do that. Elden Ring needs a cooking mechanic that goes whenever you make stuff. Let's use Morgott's Remembrance, so we can get rid of some of these runes before we have to fight Niall. And I think Endurance probably needs a bit of a boost. Welcome to the Eclipse's Hotel. Dang it. That's what I didn't want to happen. Let's try this again, chaps. Sloy! New account, who dis? Good to see you, hope you're well. And Dan immediately with the gift sub. Right. So, here's an idea. What if we backtrack to Verboten Lands and go get Morgott's Great Rune before we do this? Slowly welcome into the Blade of Calling run. This is our character, Anna Cord. We're currently dual-wielding the Blade of Calling with the Erdsteel Dagger that you get from Kenneth Haight. So we are very slashy. I currently have very few talismans to support this, because these are all to do with, like, gaining more runes and spellcasting. Yeah, exactly. The Blade of Calling we got to pick up. So what we should be doing is killing Millicent to get Millicent's prosthesis, but what we are doing instead is helping Millicent because we're going to the Haligtree anyway for Melena's clothing. So we're going to get the Rotten Wing Sword insignia for assisting Millicent instead of betraying her. And we won't get the full bonus that we could potentially get from this, but... I'm actually kind of cool with that, you know? Oh. The first time they've both attacked me for a while. The Swanton from the top rope. Oh, that knocks him down. Fun. Kind of has the Godric thing of like dodge one way then dodge the other way. Seriously, how does that do so much? Incredible. That's actually great. We got the Omen Killer. Get to illuminate myself slightly there. Judge Rolo. And now we render the background. Yay! Yeah, the Omens just attack your GPU. That's their curse. They attack the, whatever you'd call it. The rendering strings. They reset the shader settings, yes. So Marika banished them. These people are too horny. Shader tree fragments. Right, Morgott's rune it is. Can't believe I never noticed how far off to the left this was originally. And back to Castle Sol. Bong. Okay, since we don't have to do a ton of like... I was about to say since we don't have to do a ton of buffs and everything, maybe we should get to the point where we're doing a ton of buffs. Maybe that would be a good idea considering that my talismans are mostly focused on incantations that I'm trying not to cast as much. So instead, let's get some incantations that we can cast to do physical damage with. And it's gonna be Golden Vow. I think we might also be able to equip Commander's Standards without... being a heavy load. Because even though I haven't put much points into endurance, I'm also wearing a very light armor set. Ow. What's up, Anastasia? And your little dog, too. So, like, if we wanted to use Commander Standard, let's say we put that on here. Do we need 24 strength to use the buff? Well, that's not it, for one thing. Yeah, I guess you do. Right, okay. Never mind then. I don't want to get 24 strength for this build. It's fine. We'll use Golden Vow. And we'll go back here to go to Fort Gale for Flame Army Strength. We're going to have to kill Loretta of the Haligtree. But that's the only boss fight we'll have to do there, so it's really just about getting down the Haligtree to begin with. But to even have a chance of getting to the Haligtree, we have to kill Niall first. .24 strength to wave a stick and shout. It's a pretty big stick, in fairness. Pretty large stick. Oh, we could get so many runes right now if I wanted to kill anything, but I don't. I don't want to get that grace. I'm pretty sure I can do this part without dying, as long as I don't fall off a cliff or something. Very good. This fall off a cliff is intentional. And I can leave. Now we're ready to fight Commander Niall. Because we will do this, and this. We'll have this ready. We're just going to run up this part. Past the security Albinoric. Get in here. Immediately cast 2 spells. Oh yeah, the Chads. The thing about Niall is that he has pretty predictable rhythms for me after a certain point. But these guys I have to really do something about first, so So this we can counter. And then I just have to be aware of that one. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, here we go. Right, that was a decent bit of damage to both of us. And now he's not going to do that again, so we just have to make sure we get a couple of good hits off when he does this. Okay, fair. I think we'll do this without the rune arc for the time being, because I have a feeling we will probably be repeating this fight a few times. Once again, my main problem is not being able to really interrupt what the ads and chads are doing. I'm wondering if we can also throw in a couple of fire attacks just to unbalance them, because the daggers don't do as much. Oh, seriously? Come on. Absurd that that guy's hitting me. Yeah, that's not even doing a whole lot, is it? At least I can spam a couple quickly just to get him out of the way. Also got to remember that I can use Blade of Gold. I didn't get the flask off. Okay, there we go. Come at me, bro. Do the jump again, you know you wanna. There we go. Oh, wow. So we've got to lay into him as fast as possible. But remember, I can do this as well. Ow, man. Real ow. Okay. Blade of Gold is the strat, I think. Oh. That's such a hefty attack. Now he's not going to let me get at range. Okay, that was alright. Can fit one in here. Not happy about the spacing of this one, but we managed it okay. Try again. Okay. Oh, come on! No! I was right on the edge of that, and he knew it. That was rough. Okay. We know the strat is sound. We just need to maybe come into it with a couple of extra flasks. Also occurs to me that we can... Yeah, the Albinaurics take extra damage from sacred damage as well, so... I was like, we don't have any ranged options. Of course we do. What are you talking about? That makes slightly more sense. So now I can actually spend a little bit of time not getting absolutely stomped by the guy outside the gate. We can go in here and get this routine started. Alright, you're not in this fight yet. What are you doing? Oh, come on. There was a freaking arena decoration killing me at that point. FP cost almost makes me think Filigree Crest is worth it. I mean, it could be because I'm still using a couple of talismans that just aren't relevant to what I'm doing with the build, but... That one's just for me. And then this guy. Cool. Make sure you're using the seal. And of course I don't have enough because I wasted a little bit just now. At least this guy doesn't have a shield he can use. Cool. Niall's turn. Okay, he's now got me stuck in the corner with him. Ridiculous behavior. Before he even electrifies the prosthesis. Nice. One of the things I like about Blade of Gold and Blade of Death as well is that it will actually correct the direction you're facing in order to use the skill. So like if I run away and jump here and I'm facing completely the other direction, it will still turn me to face him and fire the projectile, which is so valuable. because of the amount of running away from enemies like this that you need to do. Okay, I really want him to use his ults right now. Perfect. He's not doing it yet, weirdly. Maybe we've got him too far through the fight. Because he always wants to do it at like about half health, but we've kept him at bay too long. He was absolutely going for the kill with that last one. Okay, this time. There we go. We had to resort to the ranged strats, but we did what we had to. And Blade of Gold is earning its keep here, I think, at this point, which is very good for me. And we're off to the Haligtree. And once again, I'm not going to pop a rune arc for this because it's going to be a platforming section that will probably just, like, botch a couple of times. We still have to do, like, Ordiner and stuff as well, so I'll probably get, like, killed by the Black Knife Assassin there once or twice. And this is also, we have the right armor set for the final stretch of the game, so this is a bit of a silly diversion, but I'm enjoying it, so hopefully you folks are too. And this time I remembered to hoist the right medallion. I was expecting this room to be full of imps, because it feels like the catacombs that always are. They just drop from the ceiling or the walls or whatever. Instead, we get the Vulgar Militia. Who are guarding the path to the Haligtree for some reason. Octopus. When you first played Elden Ring, I had to look at the boss order list for the main bosses. Without that, I don't think I would have beaten it. Oh, you'd have beaten it. You wouldn't have just... maybe not had the... So, you know just now when I didn't hit that Grace? How about that, huh? Once again, this is why I didn't use a rune arc. Also, my armor is like a dress right now, so... The bears in this game? I know. The bears, specifically in the Snowfields, when I have the official's attire as my main my main armor, none of the armor I have has especially good physical defense. And wouldn't you know it, the bears are doing physical damage. A whole lot of magic bears in this game. Yeah, I'm not even wearing wool. There's a bear in probably one of the coldest places in the game, and I am wearing cotton. I died so quickly, my runes are literally outside the door. Let's follow the lights. This is what you're supposed to do in the snowfield anyway. There's another grace right there. Okay, that's just a cliff. That's just not the way I was meant to go. Told you I'm off my game today. Okay, we need to go this way first. It'll loop us back around. We'll get this grace, because then at least if we die again, we're not going to get even further away. Going to swipe ineffectually at that guy again. My runes are literally on the edge of the cliff that I just died on, which is hilarious. And we need to head north. No, thank you. Somehow I made it down that cliff. I have no idea how. What's up, Zerotron? Welcome in. We are headed for the Haligtree. Lord help us, but we're doing it. And now I can actually see where I'm going. All the Albinoric archers around here. Can do one. Especially now we've done the Albinoric bow. We have nothing more to say to them. Luck was on my side for once. Fortune was on my side, as Melina says in the intro. Alright, time to avoid being assassinated, hopefully. Mr. Johnny, welcome in. Folks on no-hit runs will do this section by, like, throwing stuff to distract the archers. Because otherwise that happens. I'm gonna get killed here in a second. Then again, if I'm not, then at least we'll be able to get back up there, okay. What is the blade calling specifically? Calling home, maybe? What boss are we on? We are headed for the Haligtree, so we're going to be fighting Loretta, Knight of the Haligtree, next. And then we're going to be doing Fire Giant. Before we get assassinated. No, I think we're good. Yes, destiny is calling me. Because I'm Mr. Brightside. Thought I was out of the way of that. Apparently I was not. I'll take your golden rune and be on my merry way. Always forget that that ladder exists. Now we're going to get assassinated. Lovely. It took everything I had. I mean... it's okay. We'll be fine. Also, look at all of these flowers around here that reference Mikola. I wonder what that's about. Yeah. We died twice. We could go back to the Black Knife Assassin's outfit because the Blade of Calling is very similar to the Black Knife. But instead we're going all the way down to the base of the Haligtree. Let's see how this goes. I mean, at least if Loretta is going to be primarily flinging magic at us, at least we have good defense against magic with this armor set. Mikola was just really into floristry, right? Let's not even bother fighting stuff. Trigger warning, bug. Also bubbles, just in case anyone's concerned about those. Also trigger warning, falling. That's just for me, though. Yeah, the scariest bubbles. I wish there was an easy way down the Haligtree. There really isn't. I mean, I might be able to jump from here to there. But this is still kind of a gauntlet, you know? I'm not going to go back for the runes. There's no need. Is this the DLC? Nope. This is a hell of another kind. Specifically the hell of Scarlet Rot right now, but we can deal with that once we hit the Grace. No, this is base game. This is a base game dungeon. This is the most difficult dungeon in the game in terms of, like, enemy power. This is the most difficult optional area. And also contains the hardest boss in the game, which we will not be fighting. Also a bunch of mushroom guys who try to, like, push you off of cliffs. Alright, well, we've made it to here at least. Well, I should probably make sure I hit the Grace before I say we've made it to here, just in case something comes up behind me and kills me. But that'll be okay. Yes, Melania is here. And we will not be seeing her, thank you very much. We will be getting to the room right before the fog wall for the Melania fight, but we will not be going in. Or if we do, it'll just be for like a joke or something, and then we'll leave again. Oh, I forgot, this place is also hell. I was really just trying to run around this guy so I could get back to the elevator, but... Don't know where that was going, but it wasn't at me. Yay, we've done it. Okay. Bye-bye. I'll be over here just inside this arena. Casting all my buffs, thank you. Yeah, try and come in here. Try it, you won't. Here she is. Knight of the Haligtree. Big heals. Yeah. Makes sense. At least we have the checkpoint. The Leap of Kingdoms. Oh my god, what a reference. That one enemy from the beginning of Night Rain everyone attacked and ruined Drum with? Yep, that's what I've seen too. So from here we're actually going back to the start of the Haligtree, because that will let us... or the start of Haligtree Town, rather, because then we can get the lift. Yay for old school Dark Souls dungeon design and shortcuts being part of that. Also yay for that guy having a cone of vision the size of his hat. You know, if Loretta's just going to hit me with ranged spells, I'm going to hit her with ranged spells. You glorified tree sentinel, you? Get wrecked. Man, you can poise through even, like, glintstone stars. That's pretty intense, actually. Whoa. This move might actually have some of the best armor in the game. Effective. Zagman, you are welcome. And I don't know if Sloy XP is still in the chat, but if not, thanks on his behalf as well. Thanks for watching. Welcome to the longest ladder in the game. I'm still in the dream, Snake Eater. Alright. And down here we go. We could also get the Dragon Crest Great Shield, considering our physical defense will be pretty lacking. Although I can never remember if it does like a flat increase to your physical defense, right? Not like a percentage increase based on the armor that you already have or something stupid like that. I'm just going to go in here and tag the Grace. So Millicent is supposed to be here. Double KO! But you know, I'm in the room. And I got the Grace, so that doesn't matter much. Where is Millicent if she is not here? Do we need to talk to her more in Snow Valley Ruins? It seems like she's still there. I think I had another line of dialogue that I didn't.
I heard, indeed, the Haligtree. I heard.
Okay. That was probably it. She didn't tell us about Castle Sol, and for whatever reason, that's the prerequisite for her showing up at Prayer Room. Doofus Talon, thank you for the 39 months. There she is.
Again, I can only see in which case I am of, but in whatever the case. There is the will, the dignity, the pride. There is the will, the dignity.
Oh, here we go. Just realized we have 250,000 runes I should be spending. And that's going into Faith. Because Faith is still scaling the weapon damage, but also incantation damage will be nice too. So the cool thing about the Haligtree is there are so many different ways you can get down this whole setup. We're going to be going this way, past the weird bug eggs. And the bait items. And that guy who, for whatever reason, had a crossbow. And would you look at that, we're here. Surprised at how late you were streaming, then I remember this is the time of year the US has changed its clocks. Yeah. That happens for us next Sunday. So I'll still be streaming this late on Thursday, but then by the time I do another stream after that, we'll almost certainly be back on regular time. Love the fact that the Haligtree has just grown through all of the buildings here. Okay. Time for backstepping. That was pretty good. Now time for not falling off this branch. I hate it here. So we've got to be slightly to the right of that branch to not just completely fall off it. Good to know. This is, once again, why I did not bother with a rune arc for this area. And the whole backstepping section went so well. None of these guys hit me. I turned at what seemed like a very good, like, angle, like this. Okay. Alright, we're there. And now I will do this just in case anything spots me and decides to shoot me with ranged attacks, which every enemy in this area has. Okay. Now we can do two things. We can get the Rotten Winged Sword insignia, finally, as long as we are able to beat Millicent's invasion, which relies entirely on Millicent because she can die, and that means you lose. We also do have to fight the ulcerated tree spirit here, but I have a ton of like flame incantations and stuff, so this shouldn't be too bad. Oh, that's a bad place for you to be. For you! And for me. So yeah. We could, in theory, go down, get the armor that I want, come back and do the Millicent thing. How about we do that? How about we go in... First of all, we go and get something that gives me better physical resistance. Instead of all of the spellcasting stuff I'm not using right now. And then how about we go and get the actual armor we're going to be wearing? And then when I look the part, we can come back here and do the Millicent fight, yeah? I mean, it sounds good to me. I've been seen. I've been seen by the bugs. Okay, I got the talisman. It's worth it. Worth. And you know what? We'll put it there since we're not actually gaining runes right now. If you're coming here, you may as well get the best physical resistance talisman in the game. Not that it's going to help much for this segment, but hey. I overcorrected because I thought I was going off the other side. I panic rolled, and it turns out that was the thing I should have been panicking about. Thank you for my no runes back. The other fascinating thing about this area for me is how much of it is just entirely skippable, but there is still so much cool detail in it. Like the area around this like chapel that we find ourselves in actually has like a little graveyard. There's a bunch of enemies out there, and like the first time you're here, you go there because you're like not certain where it is you're supposed to be going. And you just explore the area, and there's all of these kindred of rot hanging out and stuff, but there we go. We finally have the outfit we wanted. I finally have some manchettes. And now we look at Melina. Yay! One thing we don't have is a cloak. And we could, in theory, get, like, the red cloak from Stormveil or the blue one from Altus. But I don't think either of them would be especially helpful. So let's go back to Drainage Channel. Let's go back to Grainage. We're on Grainage meantime. Yes, now our cosplay is complete. Or it would be if we were just using one dagger instead of two, but... yeah, you stay there. Alright. We're gonna fight a big thing. There it is. Oh, yeah. Makes sense. That's fair. Why are you close here, Melina? Did they burn you here? It turns out that's just traveling maiden attire for everybody, including Millicent. All of Millicent's sisters. It's also a little bit Roderica as well, I think. I hate this fight. Yeah, me too. In this instance, I don't exactly have the best setup for it either. We'll do this, we'll do that. We can't really do much else. I think we'll just Blade of Gold it. We'll get up here and we'll Blade of Gold it. The joy of this fight when you have a ranged option. As long as your ranged option can actually target the thing. Oh, got me that time. Crawling, and I'm crawling, and I'm running, and I'm rolling, and I'm flinging my ranged attack again. And I got grabbed again. Well, something tells me it's going to be a while before we get this talisman that I could have not bothered getting. We'll get there, though. We could do this faster if we wanted to just spam catch flame and try and roll at close range. My usual strategy for this fight is just to get Scarlet Rot and tank through it. At least we get a bit of revenge first. Okay, it needs us to go in the swamp first. And I just rolled off. Hi, Melania. Stay still. Stay still so I can hit you. At least there's only like 6,000 runes, so like nothing really bad to drop. It's so annoying though. So I love when I attack something and then it targets whatever's over there. I suppose it was the enemy I was looking directly at with my character, but smart targeting it is not. Alright, now we need more blue. Ow. Now I'm inside it again, but that's kind of to my advantage with the spell I'm trying to use. Okay, it did the AoE again. Normally they only do that once. Toast it. And then we'll get whatever this is. Bait. Drainage. There we go. Now we can finally get Millicent's fight done. And like I said, this will be entirely RNG depending on whether or not Millicent survives, because she can solo all 4 of these. And most of the time they can kill me pretty easily as well. So there are going to be 6 identically dressed people all duking it out. I feel slightly vindicated. Might as well drink that now because we're going to go into an invasion anyway. Why does Maureen have a spear? Alright, Maureen. Yep, thought so. Millicent's almost dead too. Yeah, that's this fight. This fight goes one of 2 ways. Fortunately, it resets you here because it's an invasion, so... Also doesn't mean you have to pick up your runes every time, which is nice. Really annoying that you have to clear that tree spirit before you let you do this. Let me just buff real quick. Thanks. Oh wait, Millicent's already dead. See? Like, they just corner her and stunlock her, and then that's the fight. Like, you can't really do a whole lot about that except try to interrupt them. Story of my life. I think even the fact that it respawns you on that log with very little, like, run-up distance to jump that gap, I'm pretty sure even that is a troll. Getting better at killing that one. Like, it spawns you, like, here. It's like, I can't really jump that without doing a little run around. There we go. Okay, time to do this until Millicent succeeds. Ouch. Okay, Amy's probably dead. I think Pollyanna just casting pest threads. Yep. Millicent died as well. Yeah, I don't think this fight is worse than Melania, but it seems less fair considering that there are 2 lose conditions. One of them is completely outside of your control. Genuinely, if Millicent actually does a waterfowl dance, we win. That's basically how this goes. It is kind of rough how RNG this is. Yep, she's dead. Forget why they're trying to kill her. Who even knows, dude? Okay, well, if I can bait this one around, at least Millicent can help me with that. Yes, see? Get waterfowl. We're winning this one. See, she's just done 3 waterfowls in a row. It's basically all but taken out 3 of them, and now it's 2v1. Literally all that needs to happen is she does that move and we win. I'm surprised she didn't, like, fall off the log or something stupid like that, but then I can't exactly call that stupid when I've done it so many times. She just has to spam that move and you win. That's it. Anyway, let's go and get this dialogue since we don't see this very often.
Oh, Hello. Thank you for lending your hand. Without your help, I could not have defeated that quartet. I feel as if I've been in your debt from beginning to end. Thank you. With your help, I was able to live as my own person. If only in passing. But this is where things end. I paused to even tell you, but I took out the needle myself. Tell whoever put you up to this that if I am to flower into something other than myself, I would rather rot into nothingness as I am. Please, let me pass alone. The scarlet rot writhes now, worse than ever. Soon, I won't be more than a mound of flesh, curse-laden, untouchable. I wouldn't want such a thing to bring you harm. The scarlet soon curse-laden. I wouldn't want.
All right, and that's that. They wanted it to bloom like Millennia. Yeah, I mean, I guess. So we've done that now. So now we actually have that talisman, which we'll pop on here. And if we expect to use the daggers a whole bunch, that's going to be really helpful. We'll head back to Snowfields, and we'll get the Erdtree avatar over here done as well, so we get the Thorny Cracked tier. So we don't have the full, like, stacking prosthesis and winged sword insignia and Thorny Cracked tier, but we'll have 2 of the 3. And that should work pretty well for this dagger power stance moveset, so... At this point, I think I'm okay with us using a rune arc. Watch me regret this in, like, 5 seconds. It's funny, because this time we don't even have any, talismans that would reduce my defense or anything. Like, none of the stuff that we're using has a downside. Pretty good damage. It's a pretty bad hitbox. Really got to hit the skirt on this one. Stop jumping, you coward. Stand still and let me hit you. Alright, not bad. And now finally we can head back to Gowrie. Dread the Malekith hitboxes. He's not going to be too bad. He's moving around a lot, but we have fast attacks. The main problem is just, like, the model, like, the collision of the Erdtree avatar versus the hitbox of the Erdtree avatar are 2 different things.
Millicent, why would you take... You were so... Would you
Weech.
Millicent, Millennia, do you detect...
Yay! Now we have the better incantation talisman. And we can use both of those if we need to. So, I think for the last fight of the stream, we will head back here and we'll go fight Fire Giant. This is going to be an interesting fight because I'm relying on the flame art on the... Oh, actually, that's probably worth leveling Dex now. Yeah, I'm relying on the flame art on the Erdsteel dagger to do a little bit of extra damage from faith scaling fire, but the Fire Giant is obviously going to be more tanky against fire damage, so. Can't believe Ensha still decides to do all of this when you've already been to the Haligtree. And once again, that fight is so easy if you can do anything at all with poise, but daggers are not the poise things. So that's that. Main reason I'm coming back here at all is so that we can upgrade the Erdsteel dagger a little bit more, because we can now buy Smithing Stone 6s, which we need 3 more, and then we should have a couple of Smithing Stone 7s. We definitely got some 8s already, but I think the 7s just primarily in Farum Azula.
Well, I took you no matter. Lay out your own.
You can get some from the Snowfield as well, but... Oh, wait a second, we need more than that, don't we? Fastest great enemy? I mean, you can one-shot Ensha with certain builds. Like, he's not a difficult enemy. Even, like, at the time you're supposed to fight him, that fight is never that difficult, but... Let's crush maybe one of these. Just to make sure we can do the upgrades. But, yeah. Yes, I will,
Back all no matter.
I will go to Gelmir for Alexander. Which is going to be a ride through Seethwater River. Oh, that's Volcano Manor, right. Don't know if I can get there faster, but no, I think we'll have to go through Tree Gazing Hill. I think at this point I'm just getting hungry. We haven't? I don't know. Haven't decided yet. Probably something involving chicken, just so I can use up the last of it. But I might also make some pasta. I don't know. Really depends what we got in the cupboard, because I think we are out of rice, and we don't have any noodles. So the stuff I want to do with chicken right now, we probably don't have. I could do an auto pasta thing, though. That feels kind of similar. Yeah, from what I gather, there was originally the plan for you to help Millicent get to the Haligtree, and then it turned out that she, like, was Melania or something, but I can see why they scrapped that, because it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Had garlic bread for dinner, also fried shrimp, but those were kind of bad, so the garlic bread was the highlight. Garlic bread is always a highlight. I never related more to a film than the bit in Scott Pilgrim where he's just like, I could eat garlic bread all the time without stopping.
I hardly feel I've been taken. But I won't be able to have some above the law.
No, thank you. Oh, now the demi-human's seen me. Well, that worked out. Have meatball subs? Nice. Making beef and broccoli, also very good. You've got some good tasting food. Having also right this second? Nice. Yeah, maybe I'll make that for dinner then. It's a good recipe. Vegetarian. Involves a lot of tomatoes and spinach. Chickpeas and stuff like that. It's pretty good. Yeah, decision made. Given my track record so far, I am going to tag this Grace just in case I somehow die across this ice lake. Are we missing a sacred tear? We're missing, yeah. The one from Stormcaller Church, I think. I don't always get all of them. I don't necessarily think it matters that much. Especially with the extra health I have from Morgott's Great Rune. It's like... it'd get us a little extra if we really needed it, but I don't think we really need it. Not today, Satan. You live off things cooked in tomato stuff, yeah. Just in case we need that, which we don't. Must remember that before we fight Fire Giant, we have to add the Thorny Crack tier instead of the Strength Knot tier. And maybe swap in the Dex tier for Faith, presuming that I have it. I do really like this hair color with this outfit for some reason. Like, the grey and red vibe is a good vibe. Good color combo. Also, I like the way the hair reacts when you, like, jump down a cliff like that. The way it kind of lifts. Good hair physics. Somehow, Elden Ring was not the game I expected to have good hair physics. But it is. Oh. Yeah, see, this is why I'm, A, worried about not having tagged the Grace, and B, definitely finding myself with impaired judgment because I'm hungry. Okay, charged attacks aren't going to help. We don't have the Dex Knot. Temporarily boosting stamina might not be bad, but I still think Faith is also worth taking to 80 for the incantations, at least. You're normally not awake when I'm streaming? Well, here I am. And I'm probably wrapping up pretty soon, but we do still have one big boss to fight, so we can get to be here for that. We also have a guy to fight over here, which I'm going to do... Oh, that's heal. Wrong one. I'm going to do all of my buffs. Because I will need to fight him with knives. How's this weapon been so far? The skill on it is really good. It's fun power stancing daggers. They just do so little poise damage that I find it a little bit difficult to work with occasionally. Nice. The R2 is a good roll catch. Been following the Elden streams for so long, regularly rewatched this playthroughs with Sloy. Awesome. It's, yeah, super fun going back to those. Especially now. Like, the last one of those was... how many weapons ago? Like, 20-something? Right. Off to Fire Giant with Alexander helping, and this should hopefully go okay first time. At least he's a big target. Pillar, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. We are just about to fight Fire Giant and wrap up this stream. So thank you so much for bringing the folks over. Hope you have a great rest of your night, or day, or whatever it is for you. And we're going to summon Alexander for this one as per audience request. We'll get up close. We won't get to ride Torrent if Alexander is in play, so we'll just have to do this part as best we can. Because the snowplow is about to hit us. Nice, not too bad. We'll Golden Vow here. And we'll start slashing, baby. Oh, I keep responding to all of Fire Giant's moves the way I would if I could use Torrent. I'm not in a position to do that, so Alexander. What's up, Calamity? Welcome in. Alexander, to me! Okay, that was rude. To be fair, that was probably the most realistic the physics of this thing have been in any version of this fight that we've had to do. Because sometimes you can, like, roll through it, and I'm like, that's a giant thing to be rolling through, friends. Still running. Okay, we're in phase 2. And we still can't use torrents, so let me not try. Alexander, where are you? He's literally down here frozen. I summoned you so that people could see you fight. Hello? Bud. He's a liability. Alright, we've managed to unhook Alexander from where he got stuck. Attack the foot. Okay, he's shooting Alexander this time, that's better. Dang it, the crit zone is like completely flooded with fire. That sucks. Alexander got the stagger and we couldn't do anything about it. Did you hear him? He was like, nah! Got elbow dropped by the roll. Okay, at least he's drawing fire. And what else would he draw in this fight? Go for the femoral artery or whatever it would be. hit at that range. Okay, that one worked. Get him, Alexander! Okay, that one at least hit, but... Dang, dude. Okay, I had no mana left for that. No idea how I avoided that one, but I did. And then I died. Yeah, daggers in this fight, not great. Daggers on something the size of a building, not great. So I think we'll pick this up next time, friends. But next time should be a run to the end of the game, so hopefully you folks will get a kick out of that being one stream. For now, I think we'll call it there because I clearly need to go and eat something. It's getting late. So, thanks so much for joining me for Elden Ring. We'll raid somebody else who's streaming here on Twitch. We'll see if any of the Misadventures crew is live. Although, obviously, we've not been streaming Minecraft here, so it's going to be another change of pace. Yeah, Mythical Sausage is online. Let's go raid him. Looks like Rendog is also on Hermitcraft today, so yeah, not part of Misadventures right this second. There is also a Misadventures stream team that I'll probably be ending up joining at some stage soon, so in the meantime, we'll go and raid Mythical Sausage. Alright, head over there and give Mythical Sausage my best. You can use your pixel hype emotes and the hashtag pixelraid to show some love. I'll try and fix whatever's going on with the lights shortly. In the meantime, happy Minecraft update day. And expect a survival guide episode this week, along with potentially a bit more action from Misadventures. Definitely on Thursday's stream. So, see you all soon. Take care. Have a good one. Bye for now.